Hey y'all, and welcome to Politibrawl. My name is Brian, and this Hispanic UFC fighter takes over the Trump rally, and what he says next is absolutely unbelievable. His story is fantastic. But before we dive in, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors at Colonial Metals Group. They quite literally have the cure to Bidenflation and Harris economics, but more on that later. Now, let's dive in to the video.
You see him on television a lot. He's always talking about the border. It's a passion because he knows our country is being destroyed. Stephen Miller. He's here someplace. He's a great guy. Knows more about illegal immigration, I think, than anybody in history. He knows it, and he gets it. A man who's also been with me just about from the beginning. He's tough, he's smart, he loves our country, and he is a warrior, Kash Patel. Thank you, Kash. And Rick Harrison, where's Rick? Rick Harrison. Rick. Thank you, Rick. Thank you very much. We have another person here. I said, you have to get up there because he's, I love warriors, and this guy is really a warrior. Do not fight him under any circumstances. He won the Olympic gold medal, and he's the UFC and was the UFC champion numerous times, actually. And I wonder if I could take him. I'm a little larger than him. I wonder if I could take him in a fight. What do you think? You with the big hat. Could I take him in a fight? Henry? You know who I'm talking about? Henry Cejudo. Henry Cejudo. Come here. Come here. Henry Cejudo. Now, who thinks I can take Henry in a fight? I've got a little height on him, but he's got everything else. Come here. We love you, man. This guy is a winner. Here, say something.
Yeah, well, Mr. President, I'm just honored, and I think I would have just bent the knee. I would never fight you for what you do for our country and the fact that you were willing to risk your life, which you have no reason to do this, but you're doing this for the people. It means a lot. As I told you before, President, I love this country so much, Mr. President, that I named my daughter America, and I appreciate what you've done, and I appreciate what you're doing, and let's continue to keep making America great again.
And he's got good hair too. Look at that hair. Got no hair problem, right, Henry? None. Yeah, he's a great guy. Gold medal winner.
I have no idea how to pronounce this. I'm not even going to try. But all I know is this. I'm going to pull up his Wikipedia page. He won Olympic gold in 2008. He then changed to become an MMA fighter, and he was pretty darn good at that. But that's not what I want to focus on. Born to Mexican immigrants in Los Angeles, California, he is the second youngest of the family's 7 siblings. As a result of his father's drug and alcohol abuse, they constantly moved around Los Angeles. Eventually, the father had to be apprehended and the family fled to New Mexico. So he understands what violence actually looks like. It's not going into the ring at the UFC. It's not going into the ring to wrestle for the Olympics. He saw it at a young age. And the story gets better, though. He enrolled at Grand Canyon University, and when I first read that, I thought, how unlikely is it that he's going to major in theology? And it turns out he majored in theology, because Grand Canyon University is a very Christian school. I thought about going there, but it was just going to be too long of a drive, and I didn't want to fly back for Thanksgiving and Christmas and then fly all my supplies in, because at the time I was driving a 1990 Ford Ranger, and I was not taking that on a 3-day trip from Arizona back to Georgia every time I wanted to see family. So that was just kind of out of the question. But he, despite his horrible upbringing, became, I believe he's a Christian. Granted, if you get a theology degree from Grand Canyon University, that's a pretty big tell. But he managed to overcome adversity. His parents were immigrants. and he is supporting Donald Trump? The mainstream media would hear this and just go, how? How is this possible? Well, it's simple. Donald Trump actually likes legal migrants. Hey, y'all, in case you haven't noticed, this has gone to this. It is absolutely insane. What the feds have done, constantly printing money, making sure that your dollar becomes less and less valuable, has hurt the economy and has probably hurt you in ways that you can't even imagine yet. That's why we partner with Colonial Metals Group. CEO Paul Stone and his associates understand the ins and outs of protecting your hard-earned dollars backed by gold, silver, and other precious metals. And they even have a limited time offer for first-time buyers. Free gold and silver IRA accounts. Insured storage for 5 years. Up to $7,500 in free silver. And a personal safe to keep all the good stuff. So go check them out, link in the description below, or call this phone number to talk to one of the many lauded associates at Colonial Metals Group to protect your hard-earned dollars today. Because legal migrants say, hey, I want to live somewhere else that I'm not living right now. And when you want to come to America, it should be made easy for that person to come here. We still have plenty of room. I can't wait for the boom that's going to happen in Appalachia and across the Missouri-Arkansas area. Those areas are prime for new developments. So I'm really looking forward to that. But that's just speculation on my part. We do have the room. We do have the ability to make a good, strong country full of good, strong people who believe in the ideas of the right to life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, and property. People who do that, they don't have to wave the flag. They're already a patriot. And people who believe that it's okay for these people to come in and work hard and make something of themselves and come into the new American dream. Absolutely. Trump is all for that. So am I. So is just about 99% of conservatives. Granted, there's always that 1%. But that's going to happen. There's always statistical outliers. And ultimately, this man is choosing Trump because he understands what it takes to keep a good country and to keep it strong, to keep it healthy. It's not having an ethno-state like some crazy people would have you believe. It's not this weird nationalism where your patriotism almost becomes a religion, and it's certainly not hating your country that we constantly see from the left. The fact that there is no good criticism of the United States out there is really telling of where we are as a society. But this MMA fighter, this Olympic gold medalist, this American understands what the principles are at stake. He understands that Donald Trump is the best way forward, and he espouses something that I've been slowly harping on. The Democrat coalition is a giant pizza pie, and it's got two main halves, the white half, the non-white half. You've got rich white liberals, you've got rich white liberals' kids, and then you've got union blue collars. Then you have non-union blue collars. Then you have working poor. And then, quite literally, I have a huge kind of just hodgepodge group. But ultimately, only about half of that Democrat coalition is kept intact. The Democrats are losing union members at a record rate. They're losing black voters and minority voters, particularly working class ones. And they're starting to realize that the Republicans are offering a better deal. In other words, these are people who work their butts off and still do believe in America. And it's white, black, Hispanic. When you've ever worked in a warehouse, you'll realize pretty quickly that there's an unusual bond between these people, and it's across racial lines. The rank and file person in America is like that. And they're starting to see that the Republican Party and Donald Trump are offering a better deal. That's why I love this segment. It's not just the fact that this dude who's ripped and has won gold medals and has won MMA fights. No, it's not about that. It's not about the mock show. It's not about the bravado. It's about the stories that these people are talking about. It's about his story. It's about your story. It is about the history of America. We are seeing America starting to find itself again. And I think this guy is a big chunk of that. Folks, my name is Brian. Hope you enjoyed that segment here on Politibrawl. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one. And until then, y'all have a good one.